The Strangers is a 2008 home invasion movie that claims it's based on a true story, when in actuality, it kinda is, but not really. A couple played by Liv Tyler and Scott Speedman are tortured by three masked individuals until finally killing them at the end of the film. It is a dark and grueling hour and a half with some well-crafted scares and an iconic ending. And that is my little review of that. But what if some guys 16 years later stumbled upon the rights of this movie and said, what would happen if we made pretty much the same movie again with some of the exact same plot points and sometimes even the same shots as the original, but did it a little bit worse? Oh yeah, and since most horror movies out there now have trilogies, let's do that too. Well, we get The Strangers, Chapter 1. Now, the original movie isn't a masterpiece. It's kind of your run-of-the-mill home invasion movie, and they really don't do much different than that. But I think that's okay. It's not trying to be. I feel like the premise of the movie itself is interesting enough. You know, it was random. The whole point of the ending line is that's what makes it scary.
Why are you doing this to us? Because you were home.
This could happen to anybody, anywhere, at any time. That's why it's such a good one-off thing. Maybe these people aren't serial murderers. They just let their urges out one time and moved on. Maybe this is just what they do every Friday night. I don't fucking know. But once sequels start being made, I think you lose the impact of the original film. So why don't I like this? Well, for starters, I'm harder on movies that redo something that has already been done before. You have to justify your existence. Why would I watch this over the original? Let's use the Disney remakes as an example. Most of these movies came out decades ago, but maybe newer audience want to see them in theaters. Maybe you don't like the animation and you want to see it done in live action. Most of them are bad and you really don't need to watch them, but at least there is a reason to watch it. It offers a different experience. In The Strangers, Chapter 1, they sometimes use nearly the same shots. There's no reason to watch this movie over the original film.
Hi.
Hello.
Is Tamara here?
No. No, you got the wrong house.
Is Tamara here?
No.
I think you have the wrong home.
Now, with all that being said, I think it's now we actually talk about the actual movie.
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Give me one fucking good reason not to fucking kill you right now!
Get back here, Shocker! Shocker! You can't escape me! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth!
The opening scene is actually pointless. It shows a man running away from these masked figures, but why show this? If you've seen the original movie, you know that these people are the killers. We don't need to be told that. And if you're new coming, well, what did you expect to be watching? A fucking Care Bear special? But who is this man? Was his attack random too? I would guess. Maybe they just kill whoever stays in this house? I don't know. We meet our characters for this adventure, Maya, played by Madeline Petch, and Ryan, played by Froy Gutierrez, a couple who are headed to Portland for some reason, as we get the greatest way to move the plot forward, a huge exposition dump.
Hey, do you know what today is?
Today is the third day of our 3-day road trip across the country.
Or our 5-year anniversary.
Anniversary, I just picked you up in Chicago.
Best 16 hours of your life.
I love you.
But oh no! The two almost crash! But who honked the horn here? It wasn't Ryan, as he was making out with Maya. So it must have been this guy, who for whatever reason was driving on the wrong side of the road. What the fuck even happened here? Is this only in the movie because nothing really suspenseful happens until about a half hour later in the film? Sounds suspicious. The two drive into Venus, Oregon. This doesn't matter, but when we first see them driving, it says somewhere in Oregon. And I thought, why mention something so vague, then immediately say where we are? That just doesn't make sense to me. But Budweiser, look! After the couple enter a diner, and for some reason nobody new has ever entered this diner before, because everyone has this look on their face, and the two share a meal. We get some weird horror movie dialogue.
We're not married. We've just been dating for 5 years.
5 years? And you ain't put a ring on her finger? The hell are you waiting for?
Well, right now I'm just waiting on my turkey melt.
Oh no, now their car isn't working properly. But hey, there is a nice old man who is here to help. He says the car have to stay in the shop overnight, so the two stay in a cabin in the middle of the woods because horror movie. No, really, there is no better reason for this. Ryan keeps insisting and telling Maya there's a whole lot of red flags everywhere. She is so blind by her dumb optimism, she just doesn't see them.
No, this is a scam. I saw you watching us.
Will you excuse us for 1 second, please? Ryan, what's wrong with you? These people aren't scamming us.
You just think this is a coincidence. The mechanic watched us going into the diner, and then suddenly he's fixing our car that wasn't even broken.
Ryan, we literally almost got into a car wreck like an hour ago. Something might have gotten messed up, okay? Please, stop being paranoid.
Please stop being naive.
You know what, Rudy? That sounds great. We appreciate it.
So the couple take a ride with this random person that they have interacted with twice into the woods to stay at this cabin. Once they get settled in, Budweiser makes a second appearance, and the two make out a whole lot.
Oh my god, there's a bang at the door!
We get the exact same shot as the original, but done worse, because in the first one is actually stated that it's 4 in the morning, so yeah, that's why it's so dark out. You can't see anything, but in this one, it looks like it's like 8 o'clock. After the girl walks away in the most awkward scene I have ever seen, Maya and Ryan immediately go back to making out, when Ryan discovers that he left his inhaler back at the car. This is only used as a plot device so that Ryan would leave the house. In the original movie, James only leaves the house because it was very uncomfy, as Kristen said no to his proposal, so he wanted to get the fuck out of there. Ryan leaves on the motorcycle, and the one random girl knocks on the door again.
Oh. Oh my god, you already looked into it, didn't you? Debbie, I gotta go. I love you. Behave. Ryan?
Oh my god, there's a bang at the door!
The strangers have now broken into the house, and their new power for this movie is teleportation and the quietest footsteps in the world.
Dark and scary in this bathroom. It's so dark I can't even see if there was anyone in it. I better get naked and take a shower.
Meanwhile, Ryan is getting cheeseburgers. No, seriously, that is what's happening in the movie. And the strangers are being weird in the house. Maya is so scared that she runs into the only place in the house that she can't escape from. Also, maybe turn your flashlight off so they can't see under the door. There's no way they can't see that, but just leave it on. That's fine too. Ryan is here to save the day. Actually, no. He does this because they instead enjoy some nice burgers. But they are rudely interrupted. Somehow whoever put the dead chicken on the chandelier, but also made it so the blood wouldn't drip into their food, because that's not scary enough if it happens too early.
Oh my god, there's a...
Wait, that's not the right meme. That's better. This is the part in the movie when the strangers have to fuck with them, and that means doing some weird stuff like this. For the next 5 minutes, nothing really happens besides, oh no, rat on my back, and oh no, nail in my hand. Actually, that second one kind of sucks and is kind of shitty. But Maya and Ryan finally escape the house, and the movie ends. No, that's not what happened. But couldn't they just run away into the woods? The strangers didn't know that they were going to the shed because they didn't even know they were going to the shed.
We'll go to the shed.
So how the fuck does Dollface appear before them? What the fuck is even happening? Anyway, Ryan finds a shotgun, probably just because the guy in the other one had one, but oh no, Maya is attacked and the pair leave. Ryan has a brilliant idea to use the motorcycle to leave the cabin, but with his shoot-first mentality, he blows this guy's face off. But that was Joe! Yeah, Joe! Everyone's favorite character. Yeah, he's the guy that I didn't even mention. From the beginning, when Maya called about the fridge being out so they could put their Budweisers in there, yeah, that was him. He's dead now. And the other one, it was James's friend that he had a connection with. That's why the moment is also emotional. Because he shot his best friend in the fucking face. And this one, it's just a guy. So who gives a shit? And yes, this probably only happened because it happened in the original, which kind of sucks. Maya and Ryan steals Joe's truck, and just like the original, Baghead rams his truck into theirs, and Ryan is now stuck. Maya manages to escape and runs and hides. Just so happened to be right next to the skeleton of the guy from the beginning. And yeah, that guy really didn't matter, did he? She calls the police, but the other one, the third one, I don't know what this one's name is. Anyway, she appears and gets stolen. Ryan gets Dollface right where he wants her.
Where's Maya? Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Give me one fucking good reason not to fucking kill you right now! Where is she?
But Baghead sneaks up on him and knocks him out. Now that the strangers are done having fun, Maya asks why they were doing this. They do the same thing as the original, but change it slightly because now they have to do their own thing, and they stab them and kill them. It's kind of weird how they don't reveal themselves at the end, possibly because it wouldn't make sense if this is a trilogy, because then they would know who they are. But the strangers wouldn't know in movie that they wouldn't kill Maya. That's what happens, by the way. They get in their car, they leave in the most nonchalantly way I've ever seen murderers walk away from the fucking police. And even the police, this is like the only fucking road to this house. So like, obviously they were there. Why didn't they be like, hey, those guys just left. Fuck it, whatever. But like in movies, in movie stance, like if you're thinking, I don't fucking know, it doesn't matter. None of this matters. What is the point of this? The whole point of the original movie is that the attack was random. The strangers were going to kill somebody that night. And the reason it was James and Kristen was because they were there. They want this movie to be a part of a trilogy. This is all they talk about in the behind the scenes on the Blu-ray.
You want to make the best movie, in this case trilogy, in the world.
I think there's a bigger story to be told, but in order to tell it, we have to go back to the beginning.
My good friend Courtney Solomon said, well, do you remember this awesome cult classic horror movie called The Strangers? I said, do I remember The Strangers? I mean, it's one of my favorite horror films ever. And he said, well, they are planning to do a remake of it, and not just a remake, but a trilogy. In this trilogy, you follow one character all the time from the beginning to the end, but at the same time, every movie forms its own journey.
The movies are made to each have their own cliffhanger.
You can be satisfied by movie 1, but you'll want to come back for movies 2 and 3 to learn more.
We hope that people are going to have like a fun conversation. Well, what's going to happen? Where's this going to go? The audience will be thrilled and people have a good time.
But just focus on this movie to start. You can't have the same movie as the original, but also make it a part of a trilogy. Then it's not random. When they say because you are here, that implies that the plan wasn't to kill Maya and Ryan, it was to kill somebody. So how do you progress this into a trilogy? Is Maya gonna come back? Are they gonna focus on different characters in the next two? What do you even do with this? The only thing that makes you stand out in any way, you remove that, and now you're just a generic home invasion slasher. The original movie didn't need sequels. When it did get a sequel, it happened 10 years after the original movie and did significantly less in sales and box office and critic scores. It stood on its own, and it really didn't need anything else. It would just take the point away from the film. And I believe that's what's going to happen here. This movie does nothing better than the original movie. The first shot is shot in a way that makes sense. It makes sense to be dark outside. This movie takes place in the middle of the night. It looks like it's like 8 the entire time. Why is everything so bright? It doesn't make sense that the girl in the beginning is so dark when everything behind her is lit up. But why is she pitch black? Why does everybody teleport? Where did Baghdad go? You can see behind her. He didn't run unless he has the softest feet in the world. How did he not see her? How did she get in there? She wasn't standing behind there when they walked in. She walked away but didn't make a noise. And this. There is no joke here. That's just weird. There's no reason to watch this other than to see how generic it is. It is by the book and cookie. It is so by the book and cookie cutter that it hurts. I can't wait to see what this franchise has in store for us. But if it is as good as this one, then we're fucked.